Hello! Hope you're doing well. In today's video, I just want to drop you the pros and the cons of living off campus, because for me, I lived several years off campus and I just want to tell you about the benefits and also the cons of just living off campus. So without further ado, let's go on to the first pro, which is going to be that you get more freedom. And the reason why you get more freedom is because when you live on campus, you live in the dorms, there's a lot more rules that you gotta follow. So when you live at a off campus, at an apartment or at a townhouse, whatever it is, some housing area off campus, you're generally gonna have a lot more freedom and you're gonna have less rules. You may have to listen to some of the rules for, let's say, the townhouses or some apartments, but generally you have a lot more freedom and you can do a lot more stuff that you want to do. So that's the first pro. The second pro that you get is that you get more space, and depending on if you get a single or not, you get more privacy at the same time also. And the reason for that is because some of the apartment complexes that we have, or generally that I have around my university, is a lot more spacious than the dorms. Because dorms it's like a really small single room where you can fit one person, two people, or three people. And when you hit three people, that's too cramped. Can't do that. Nuh-uh. That's like when you're claustrophobic and everything like that. So that's the second pro. And the third pro is that you actually have your own kitchen. Man, because some people, I don't know if you tried some of the dorm food at San Jose State University or if you tried at other universities, but sometimes the dorm food gets a little bit unhealthy and at the same time it's not that great at the same time. So sometimes you want to cook by yourself, so you got the kitchen, you got the pots and pans ready, and you start making your own food. And generally you can make more healthy alternative foods than like the really fried, unhealthy, pretty processed foods at the college campuses. So that's the third pro of really living on campus. So with the pros, there are going to be some cons. So some of the cons that you get is that there's going to be more commute time, because when you live off campus, you're generally further away from the area, from campus. And also, depending on how far you are, some people are like 1 block away, some people are like a mile away. For me, I was a mile away, so I had to plan my bus trip, or I had to buy a scooter and start scootering to school. Scootering, that was a way, because I didn't really have a bike at that time. So really the commute time is you're gonna have to plan ahead and see what time you gotta leave earlier to really just get to class on time. So really that's the first con. Second con that you get when you move off campus from when you're used to live on campus is going to be that you lose that on campus environment, that community. Because when you're on campus, when you're living in the dorms, you generally get to meet all these people on the same floor or in the same area, and you're like, hey, what's up, how you doing? But when you move off campus, you generally lose that community, and also everyone could be isolated to themselves afterwards when they move off campus. Like I remember when I went to my first apartment, when I moved out, it was all hype. I was close to my roommates, but everyone else around me they're all in their own separate worlds, and no one really knocked on each other's doors like, hey, how you doing? That was not the vibe. That was not the vibe. So really that's the second con, is that you have that lack of community. So the third con that you get from living off campus is going to be that you get more responsibilities, and those responsibilities could be like utilities. You have to set up your own internet, you got to set up your own water, sewage, all this other utility stuff, and then later on you need to go get that internet, get the Wi-Fi, buy everything yourself. It's not all pre-packaged in when you move in. And also you probably need to buy your own furniture too. So you need to buy your own bed, you need to go buy your own table, all this other stuff when you start moving off campus. Because generally on campus you generally have the bed, you generally have the desk, and then they provide the electricity within the bill for living on campus. So you generally get more responsibilities, and then also you need to do your own things. Like for example, you need to do your own chores, you gotta wash your own dishes, you gotta cook your own food, all this other stuff. But really it's really subjective on how you take it. For me, it was all part of the process of being more of an adult. So that was adulthood, taking that responsibility and taking it as a good thing to be able to gain more of that independence, to really just be more of adult in a way. So that's some of the pros and the cons of living off campus. And if you guys like this video, give this video a thumbs up and click the subscribe button down below. And if you want to know any other stories, or you know any other university stories, any other personal stories too, just let me know in the comments box below, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.